Well, hello, North Platte friends and families. Today we are bringing you Dr. Ron Hansen, our superintendent of schools, and Miss Brandy Busher, superstar. All of us know her as our student services director here at North Platte Public Schools. And Brandy, we're just going to dive right into this morning. Give us a brief description of what student services is.
Okay, well, I think student services is pretty much all encompassing, but basically the way I would explain it is if we have an issue where a student needs some help, we're the first line of defense for that student. So whether that's mental health services, whether that's basic needs, food, clothing, those items, we're here to help. And that's kind of how I see our crew working.
All right, and you mentioned your crew. Can you tell us about how many people you have working in student services in one facet or another, and maybe a little about what they do?
Yeah, so there's 5 of us, and I say 5 because I incorporate 2 people that are really integral to our program as well, and that's Molly Morales, who is an administrative assistant for us, but probably the most hands-on administrative assistant you will ever see. She is the first one to jump in, help out, helps out with our mobile food pantry, always delivers backpacks, always willing to volunteer her time. And then we have Jaylee Shaner, and she runs our backpack program, our food pantry, mobile food pantry, and all of those services. She coordinates volunteers for all of that and keeps all that going. And then we have 2 social workers. We have Grace Fletcher and Maggie Butler. And Maggie Butler works with our elementary and social work, and Grace works with our secondary and our early childhood.
Okay, so you've kind of broke it down a little bit about what each of these people do. Are there other services that our public should know about that are offered through your student services group?
I think a lot of people know about our food pantry at the high school, which is behind me right now. I think people hear food pantry and think of food, but I think they don't always know we have clothing, we have school supplies, we have hygiene products, shoes, and really about anything a student could need. We can get bedding for kids. We've really gone out of our way to be creative, but I don't think our community knows a lot that we do have a pantry at Buffalo Elementary as well, and that's for our early childhood and preschool kiddos. So when our early childhood people are going into homes and they see there's a need, they can access that pantry at Buffalo, which looks a little bit different than the high school. We have diapers, baby food, formula, and items like that at that pantry.
Okay. And how could a person connect with you all if they needed services?
Well, we do have our own website. Through the website, we have our own domain there that you could get on, and you could message any one of us through that. You could always call McKinley and ask for the student services department, and you're going to reach someone. And then our social workers spend a lot of time inside the schools as well. So they are available within a school. And it's as simple as if you're at a school, just asking for one of them, and we can get them to a parent or a student who's in need.
Awesome. What are we looking forward to for this school year? I know we've already kicked off some food pantries, some back to school backpack programs. Anything else that you'd like to share out?
We are looking forward to no longer surviving, but thriving. So our goal this year would be to bring some new and exciting things to students. We're working on a mental health day at North Platte High School for our juniors and seniors, to have a day where they can get grounded. They can learn about mental health. They can learn strategies on how they can work through some of their stressors and anxieties. So that's a big thing we're working on. We are always working on new and creative ways to get services to kids. Our mobile food pantry last month, we had West Central there helping with vaccinations. So always looking at new ways we can be creative and get services to students and families.
Amazing. Now, Dr. Hansen, we know all the amazing things that happen over in our student services department to not only facilitate the needs of some of our students, but also some of our staff gets to help out. Can you share a little about why it's essential for us to focus on the needs of students?
Certainly. Taking care of our student needs is, a huge responsibility, and very few accolades come with that responsibility, because many of these great things happen behind the scenes. So, identifying and addressing student needs in the school district the size of North Platte Public Schools is a huge undertaking, but an essential component of our success. So, students vary from day to day, and students' needs vary from day to day. So removing unwarranted barriers and challenges so our students have an equitable opportunity to learn and thrive is the essential component of our student service program. So having a well-trained staff who understands the needs of our families and our students and our community is critical to the success of our students.
Excellent. And, last week, Brandy brought in a group to help train our teachers and staff during our PD day. While students were off for that day, we had Jen McNally stop in and help us understand a little about how to actually facilitate some of those conversations with students in need. And she did an amazing job, as she always does. I heard amazing things from our staff that actually got to join in and say, I picked up on some things. Brandy, what was the feedback that you heard?
I think the biggest thing we heard is that it gave teachers some hope that there's some strategies and ways to work with students that they hadn't thought of before. I think teachers felt like we built some of their abilities within a classroom to problem solve and work with kids where sometimes it feels a little hopeless when you're trying to help a kid and they just continue to resist that. To me, the message was about resiliency, hope, and how are we going to work with kids and how are we going to re-energize ourselves to do the best we can for the kids in our classroom.
And, Jen said it best and, just borrowing her words a little bit here, but North Platte Public Schools really, truly cares about each and every one of our students. And we do want to see them be successful. So we appreciate her time and the training she brought to our staff as a whole. Now, Dr. Hansen, any additional thoughts on how we can continue to thrive, as Ms. Busher put it, through this school year? We're into the fall. We've got our fall things coming out. Everybody's getting excited. The weather is dropping down in temperature. What can we do to thrive through the rest of the year?
Well, I think we continue to stay focused on what matters, and that's student and staff safety. We can't forget. We like to forget, but we can't forget. We're still in a pandemic. We still have the virus in our community and in our schools. So, I want to forget about it. I want to get rid of it, but we have it. So we got to pay attention to it. And I just want to, thank the parents for their continued patience and support. We're doing our very best to keep our students and staff safe, and we're doing targeted interventions, and it knock on the tabletop here, it seems to be working. And so we'll stay the course, we'll stay focused. And, again, I just want to remind folks that the simple thing is washing your hands for that count to 20, and social distance when you can and when appropriate. There's times where we'll have to have a face covering on just to protect each other to stop the transmission. So, we're moving in the right direction. And main thing, we want to keep students in school. And, we had an opportunity to celebrate a homecoming parade this week, and it was really neat to see the people out there having fun. And so we're just going to stay the course. And again, big shout out to our parents for helping us make this year a great year.
Absolutely. Now, families, if you would like to get connected with student services, either as a need or you would like to support student services, you can reach out to Ms. Busher's team here at the McKinley Education Center. Connections on the nppsd.org website. Just go up to the menu, click on schools, click on student services, and you can connect directly with the student services team, or just give us a call. We'll connect you with student services. So until we talk again, stay safe, stay healthy, and enjoy this fall weather.